Dragon Ball Z, a massive anime success story, continues to dominate mangas, video games, and feature films despite Earth's strongest hero. Goku is often called upon to fight evil in Dragon Ball Z. Goku's various Saiyan transformations benefit him considerably. Goku has also learned some basic strategies that have gave him the upper hand in his battles. Goku enjoys helping others and sharing the fighting experience. Thus, he should teach his teammates, his loved ones, the people he's fighting against, some of these techniques. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hop right into the 9 techniques that Goku should have taught his homies. All right, let's move on to number 9. Goku and Earth would have been annihilated many of times if it wasn't for instant transmission. Goku discovers instant transmission on the planet Yadrit. You guys learn about that way during the Cell Saga, the beginning of it. And it also comes back later on in the manga. No spoilers here. Maybe a little spoilers because Vegeta does learn instant transmission. Sorry. But instant transmission, he can teleport himself and others by locking into other energies' signatures. And he can teleport to that person or being or whatever the case may be. Goku has possessed this skill long enough to teach others. I don't know why he doesn't take this talent and show anybody how to do instant transmission. Maybe he's not the capable teacher that people think he is, but I digress. Moving on to number 8. Ironically, King Kai's training makes Goku's first death the nicest thing that's ever happened to him because King Kai has given him the power of Kaioken. He has taught him how to use the technique Kaioken, which he used up until he was able to turn Super Saiyan. And why can't anybody use Kaioken? I don't know. Krillin could have used Kaioken. Yamcha could use Kaioken. Every human can use Kaioken. You don't have to be a Saiyan to use it. So teaching that move to everybody would have benefited everybody in the battles of the future, okay? I know once Goku turned Super Saiyan, he stopped using it, but Gohan could have learned it, Piccolo could have used it. They all were even on King Kai's planet. If you remember, they all died at one point, so why didn't Goku, hey, King Kai, teach these people how to use Kaioken? I digress once again. Moving on to number 7. Now, this move is kind of skeptical because we don't know where Goku learned it or how he even learned it. He just pulled it out one day. I was like, here, I got this move called Dragon Fist. And this move is his oldest move that he's used before. But just think about if he taught Gohan how to use Dragon Fist, he could have flew through Cell easily, no problem. But I mean, even though Cell would have regenerated, I'm just saying, just imagine the moves that these people can have and would have helped. Yamcha probably could have destroyed Nappa with Dragon Fist. We don't know, but Goku just teaches these things to himself. This is why Goku is selfish, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. But Dragon Fist is a move that he could have taught, but I don't think anybody could have learned it. We don't know how he even learned it. He just pulled it out of nowhere once again. Let me know down in the comments what you think and how you think Goku learned Dragon Fist. Maybe I don't know the lore behind it. Maybe it's out there somewhere, but let me know down in the comments. Moving on to the next move he should have taught his team. Now, this next technique might only be a Saiyan thing, a full-blooded Saiyan thing. I don't know or it just might be in his bloodline because of Bardock, but his telepathy, right? Goku uses telepathy on planet Namek to catch up. That's not the only time he uses it. He uses it multiple times, but Goku should use his great abilities to educate others how to think bigger, right? I don't know how he would teach somebody to use telepathy because I think that just comes down in the bloodline. Maybe Gohan and Goten could use telepathy. Maybe. I don't know, but that is also something that is a clutch move that he can do that he's used multiple times to communicate with his other teammates. Does he really need to teach people that? Maybe not so much, but it is something that if somebody can learn, why not be able to talk to these people and say, hey, Goku, I'm coming around the corner with the left hook. You can come down low with the uppercut, and we can knock this man out, and they don't have to speak out their things. But I don't know. I'm not a Saiyan, so I wouldn't know. Moving on to the next one. All right, this next technique is a move that a couple of people do know how to use, but only three, I think, know how to use off the top of my head. I think it's Piccolo, King Piccolo, Master Roshi, and Goku use the move known as evil containment. Is just the move when they put their hands out and they put them in a little jar or whatever the case may be. We've seen this about 2 or 3 times with the whole show series, and I don't think this would help because you can't just go around throwing people in Pokeballs every time and they try to break out, and then now you just have all this collection of all these evil people in Pokeballs, and one day somebody can find these Pokeballs, break them out, and now you gotta fight every bad guy that you ever fought at once. So this is a technique that can be useful, maybe in certain situations, maybe to fight the lesser enemies, you can just throw them in the Pokeball, but it does take a lot out of the user, so I will say, maybe not. Alright, moving on to the next technique Goku should have used to help people out in Now, in Dragon Ball Z, they usually emphasize offense when it comes to fighting, but we have our Namekian healer Dende, who often is a key to victory because you need Dende to heal people. He's done it many a times, multiple times, if they don't have any senzu beans. Healing in Dragon Ball Z is very scarce. They usually have to heal on their own for weeks and months at a time, or they eat a senzu bean and they hop back into it. But Goku has healed himself multiple times, and he has used his power of Super Saiyan power to heal other things as well. So in my mind, if you know how to do this, Goku, why haven't you taught Vegeta or Gohan or Goten or Trunks this move to heal people or heal things when you're in a battle? Because that would come in handy. You don't even have to fight. You and Vegeta can go out there and fight and just use Trunks, Gohan, Goten as healers. You know what I'm saying? But I digress once again why Goku is keeping some of these special talents and techniques to himself. Let me know down in the comments if you remember Goku healing the little bird with his same powers. I don't know. Moving on to the next technique he should have taught somebody. Now, this next technique, a lot of Earthlings do know how to use this. But the Saiyans, on the other hand, don't know how to use this besides Goku, which is Telekinesis. Telekinesis is one of those moves where you see everybody doing it. Piccolo does it, Tien does it, Yamcha does it. Even Cell, when he built his ring, he did telekinesis as well, or whatever you want to call it. Goku does it multiple times. He's moved people's bodies. He's hit people, picked people up with telekinesis. I don't know how he learned it or where he learned it from. It must be an Earthling thing, but Goku is not fully Earth at all. He has no Earth blood in him. He's a goddamn Saiyan. So maybe Vegeta, if he can do it, Vegeta can do it, and all the other Saiyans can do it. So he should be able to teach the Saiyans how to use their mind to move things around. I digress. All right, let's move on to the next technique that we should know about. All right, this next one is more so about like who would you want to use this move, or who would you want to see use this move, because not everybody can do this, or not everybody has a partner to do this, and we're talking about fusion, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And just imagine if Goku fused with Piccolo and Piccolo fused with Goku and everybody else fusing with everybody. That would be a mess, right? So thankfully we had, Goten and Trunks be able to fuse, but I do think in a clutch situation for 30 minutes or is in an hour, however long fusions take, would be a nice boost increase to said person, said being, to help them, give them the upper hand in battle. Like if Yamcha and Tien fuse, cool. Or even Yamcha and Krillin and Tien, they're two baldies. They're making a nice fusion thing. But I think it all comes down to why they haven't done it is because of the power levels. You have to have the same exact power levels as the person that you're fusing with so it can work perfectly. But I do think fusion can help and benefit everybody else in the long run if they did learn it as well. Imagine like Chi-Chi and Bulma fuse. Hey, yo, come on, did I just come up with something? I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you didn't ever imagine Chi-Chi and Bulma fusing. All right, moving on to the next topic. Now, this last technique, Goku should have taught everybody this move just because of how powerful it is and just because of how many times he used it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Spirit Bomb. This man, you can have Krillin go off miles away from the battle and collect all this energy and then have Krillin throw that ball over to whoever it is and smash him in the face with a spirit bomb from across the planet or whatever the case may be. This move, Goku's used this move multiple times and it never works. It does a lot of damage to the person, but it also never, I won't say never, it just doesn't work all the time when he does it. It's a move that he shouldn't do anymore, but it would be a good use if somebody else used it and tossed the spirit bomb across the world to hit the enemy, and it would do a lot of damage to catch the enemy off guard. So I do think that is a technique that he should have taught everybody, but you know, Goku is just selfish, and that's when it comes down to. These are the 9 techniques that Goku should have taught his teammates, the Z Warriors, the Z Fighters, but he didn't, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all for this video. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but here we are, taking up your time. Let me know down in the comments below some other techniques you think Goku should have taught everybody. And if you say Ultra Instinct, he hasn't even mastered it yet, so don't even put Ultra Instinct. But if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because you know, I don't know, I always mess up the end of my videos. I'm just going to cut the video.